CapeCast.
Election thoughts. Do you have any election thoughts? Howdy, folks. Here we are at CapeCast, the day after the big U.S. special Senate election. Scott Brown, your winner. What does it mean? What's going to happen? We asked folks on the Cape. How does this happen? You got Martha Coakley. She's riding high through the primary, looking like the anointed one to fill Ted Kennedy's seat, and it all comes undone in like a month.
When you get too confident, that's when things happen. You always got to stay on your game, and she thought that she had it made through, but, she was wrong.
Here we are in Massachusetts, one of the most liberal states ever. This was a huge election for the Democrats. You think it's going to be a cakewalk, and it all changes. Does that mean there's some deep rumble right here in the Bay State of winds of change?
You know what? This is where this country started almost, with the Pilgrims and everything else. This is where it can change at any moment. That's why this is the greatest state ever.
Cape Codders who have hungry tummies also have hungry minds, and we came here to plumb the depths of those minds in the day after the election. Noni's Country Kitchen. Let's go. Election thoughts. Now, Bob, you are positing the fascinating theory of a coffee shop rebellion that just took off.
Yes, it needed someone to come along to inspire us all to get out there and make it happen. Suddenly we had someone that we could get behind that we really felt that could change this all.
Does it almost make you feel like politics and voting and democracy works?
Well, some of the time.
Here at Noni's Kitchen, we're sure we can find a Coakley fan. Come on, it was 47% for her. There's got to be one in the building. Martha Coakley fan, anybody? Martha Coakley? This was Ted Kennedy's Senate seat. I mean, he died not too long ago. One would assume that his reach and power would extend to this election, and it didn't. And I'm wondering why that happened.
I think people want term limits. I think they feel these people have been in too long and they lose touch with the American people. Yes.
Was this like a slap in the face at Ted Kennedy, or just a time to move on to something different?
I think it was a slap in the face to the government in Washington that's not listening to the people. They're very arrogant.
First of all, Liz, did you vote for Martha Coakley?
I did. I voted for her last night, and I'm pretty disappointed that she lost, but I wish I could say that I was surprised. I wasn't surprised that Scott Brown won.
How did it all get to this?
Well, my opinion is that she ran a pretty nasty campaign, and I don't think people like that. I don't think that he's probably as experienced as she is, so I don't know how well it's going to go for him. But, yeah, it's really disappointing. I was really disappointed.
We have an American Idol-like rise to stardom?
Yep. Scott Brown won because he's hot. That's what happened. I'm sure of it.
Well, he is pretty hot.
He is hot.
How you feeling this morning?
I'm not feeling too bad, actually. I wasn't too excited about the whole election thing, but I really felt like we needed to have that Democrat in the Senate, and we didn't. But it's not just that one person's vote; it's the whole Senate's vote, and I think that we'll be fine. The balance will be fine. I wasn't too excited about either candidate, and especially her campaign ways. I just was very disappointed in her campaign.
What's your take on how this all went down, and why did it happen that way?
Well, I certainly think there was a work ethic involved. But I think more than anything, there were two dynamics. I think the healthcare issue played a key. A lot of 98+% of Mass residents have healthcare. Why do we have to pay for everybody else's? Secondly, I think where Brown won the election was when he called David Gergen out for the Kennedy seat comment. I think the air of entitlement that the entire Democratic establishment, not only here in the state, but also across the country, was completely a misread. People in Massachusetts, the Kennedys are beloved for a lot of reasons, but that era is over. We wanted to be able to make sure that the seat is actually back belongs to the people. It's not inherited. We don't live in an aristocracy.
Let's twist this around. You're a Democratic strategist. You wake up to a whole new playing field today, both in Massachusetts and in the country. How do you regain the people's trust? How do you get back in the game?
I think there needs to be sort of probably some soul searching with respect to revisiting what the interpreted mandate of Obama's election was. It was not a mandate to go as hard left as fast as you possibly can. It was, yeah, we didn't like Bush. We think we're going to give Obama a try. That doesn't mean we're going to import democratic socialism from Europe.
I think it was Scott Brown's truck. It was the truck that did it.
What is the deal with that truck? It just speaks to America. You're like, yeah, I'm hauling my stuff to the dump and I can go to Washington and change things there too.
He drove around Massachusetts and Obama made fun of his truck. And he called him up last night and said, hey, I'll bring my truck to Washington. And I'll bring my daughter that plays for Boston College basketball, and she'll go one-on-one with you at the White House in basketball.
All right, so let's say you're Obama. You're looking out the Oval Office and you see this truck pull up Pennsylvania Avenue. You realize you lost the 60-40 thing. What are you thinking as you see Scott Brown come into town?
I mean, I think he probably offers some cash for clunkers again.
CapeCast.